Hello there, very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News, coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studio here in Colombo. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Let's start off with a look at the headlines. National Thai Pongal Festival held in Jaffna. 55 Indian fishermen released to mark Thai Pongal. Increased bread prices reduced. Demining in the north and east enters the final stage. And on international news, Japan mountain bus crash kills 14 and injures 27. On to those stories in detail. Hindu devotees celebrated the Thai Pongal festival today, and Thai Pongal is celebrated to convey the appreciation and thankfulness to the sun god for its energy in agriculture and a good harvest. According to the Hindu calendar, the first month of the year is known as Thai, while Pongal refers to the dawn. Therefore, Thai Pongal is also known as the dawn of the new year. A special ritual which takes place during Thai Pongal is the offering of the first portion of the new harvest to the sun god. The Hindus believe that the path ahead is made clear with the dawn of the new year, thereby this festival, which is done in conjunction with nature, is of great significance to Hindu devotees. Hindu devotees engage in religious activities in line with Thai Pongal today with the rising of the sun. The tradition, where rice from the new harvest, syrup from a new stick of sugarcane, milk rice made with the use of cow's milk and turmeric are given as an offering to the sun god, is an important tradition adhered to Thai Pongal. The National Thai Pongal Festival is taking place in Jaffna. Religious observances took place this morning at the Palali Amman Kovil in Jaffna under the auspices of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The second leg of the program will take place at the Veera Singham Hall in Jaffna. 55 Indian fishermen held in the custody of the Sri Lankan authorities will be released in line with Thai Pongal festival. The Fisheries Department says that 45 Indian fishermen were released by the Kaitsa Magistrates Court, and 10 Indian fishermen were released by the Point Pedro Magistrates Court yesterday. These Indian fishermen had been arrested as they engaged in fishing activities in the waters north of Sri Lanka and were later remanded. However, the Fisheries Department said that the boats and equipment of the Indian fishermen will not be released. The spokesperson of the department said that they had received advice from the Attorney General's department to release all fishermen who were in the custody of Sri Lankan authorities, and as a result, the remaining 51 Indian fishermen who are in Sri Lankan custody will be presented in court in the near future and then released. Meanwhile, messages were issued by Prime Minister, President and the opposition leader earlier today. In a message to mark Thai Pongal, President Maithripala Sirisena says the responsibility at present should be to carry forward the historical heritage that treats the nature sacredly and supports a social cohesion and coexistence as well as social progress, and adds that the national identity, unblemished cultural heritage are well reflected in festivals such as Thai Pongal. The President notes that as this festival is close to the hearts of the people, just like a boiling milk pot that overflows on this day, let the love of humans towards each other pour out, and may the illuminated lamps lighten up to dispel darkness and lead the way to genuine coexistence. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe meanwhile says that the Hindus in Sri Lanka and the world over celebrates Thai Pongal, quote, "We reminisce that it is an occasion that lights a flame of hope in our hearts," unquote. He adds that Thai Pongal reminds the need to live our lives with gratitude and stay conscious of the need to coexist in harmony with nature and with one another. Opposition leader R. Sambandhan stated that Thai Pongal would allow the people who have been left helpless due to various reasons to build their lives once again. The All Ceylon Bakery Owners Association has decided to reduce the price of bread that was earlier increased by 1 rupee. Chairman of the association, N.K. Jayawardene, has said that the decision to increase the price of bread was due to the increase in the nation building tax from 2% to 4%.
මේ අවස්ථාවේදී රජය විසින් ඉතා හොඳ පියවරක් අරගෙන තියෙනවා. මොකද අර වැඩි කළ MBT බදු.
The government has taken a very good decision to temporarily suspend the increase in the nation building tax. We are very happy about the decision. The All Island Bakery Owners Association decided to increase the price of bread by 1 rupee. But today we will be holding discussions to reduce it to the original price. We plan to make a final decision on this matter by this evening.
The final phase of declaring the north and east as a landmine-free zone is currently taking place. When News First made inquiries, military spokesperson Brigadier Jana Javira said that an operation is underway at present to clear a landmass of 64 square kilometers, which has been identified as the last area containing landmines that were buried during the time of the conflict. Landmines are being cleared in the Mulitiv, Muhammali and Trincomalee areas. International demining teams and demining units from the Sri Lanka Army are engaged in this operation. The Frontline Socialist Party criticised the JVP's involvement in the process to make constitutional reforms.
අණ්ඩු කුමාර දිසානායක පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේදී මේකට විවේචනය කරනවා. මොකද්ද විවේචනය?
The JVP's Anur Kumar Dissanayake criticised this in Parliament. They say that this was presented to Parliament under a certain article and that it should not be done according to that article but under a different article. They are saying that it should be brought through the Article 12 and not Article 75. Then Ranil Wickremesinghe said that they will include it into the respective article and present it and apologised for hurting his feelings. Such things are said at funeral houses. They do not speak of the political issues. This is similar to when a burglar is trying to enter a house and as he tries to do so, the JVP is trying to teach them the manner of entering the house.
Meanwhile, Deputy Speaker Thilanga Sumathipala expressed his views on the constitutional reforms at an event held yesterday.
විවාදය ආරම්භ කරලා තිනවා. ඒ විවාදයේදී වෙන්නේ සියලුම පක්ෂවලින් එන යෝජනා විවාදයේදී
The debate has begun. In this debate, the proposals put forward by all the parties will be added into the amendments, and after selecting those that can be enacted, ways in which they could be enacted in the Parliament and the two-thirds majority it's required to put them forward for public opinion. Therefore, this process is still at a very young stage. The debate began last Tuesday. Thereby, we will be carrying out this debate in a democratic manner, including all political parties of the country, all communities and the entire population. We all share the opinion that the constitution should be changed for a more fair and just society. And we believe that the people should be convinced of this through the constitutional reforms.
And first up on sports news, the Sri Lankan team that will compete in the 2016 Under-19 Cricket World Cup left the island this morning. 15-man squad is captained by Charita Salanka from Richmond College and Shamu Ashan from Ananda College will serve as his deputy. 16 teams will battle it out in the 2016 Under-19 Cricket World Cup in Bangladesh, which kicked off on the 27th. The Sri Lankan Under-19 team left the island this morning following religious observances at the Sri Lanka cricket. Former Test cricketer Roger Vijayasuriyan, the team's head coach. The Sri Lankan Under-19 team will compete under group and will play their first game against Canada on the 28th. On the 30th, Sri Lanka will meet Afghanistan and will play against the Pakistan team on the 3rd of February. Shane Fernando was the manager of the team. However, after the SLC elections, he was made assistant manager of the team and Ranjit Mudrusinghe was made the team manager. Thereafter, Shane Fernando resigned from his position as the assistant manager of the team. But that's a wrap of lunchtime news. Remember to stay ahead. You need to stay close to News First. For that, you simply need to log on to our website, www.Newsfirst.lk. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Your latest news update will come your way at 1:55. Stay tuned.